You know, one of the main reasons our reps become reps is because they hate seeing unfairness, injustice, and they want to help, which is what they do day in and day out in their workplaces. But of course, our lives are affected by so much more than just what happens at work.
We know right now millions of low-paid working people in this country are having to make a choice between heating their home and feeding their family. And they're having to make that choice because the Tory government chose to let that happen. The Tory government chose to allow gas and electricity prices to increase by over 50% so far this year. The Tory government chose to stop the £20 a week uplift to universal credit, which was the difference between struggle and survival for so many low-paid working families. And Tory government choices have led to working people in this country experiencing the biggest fall in living standards in a single year since records began. Even before the pandemic, an estimated 1 in 5 households were living in poverty, including 4.3 million children. The result of government choices will see many more low-paid working people unable to make ends meet.
So those are Tory government choices. But we also have a choice. We can choose to think there's nothing we can do about it, or we can choose to stand up and to make things better. You see, the word politics, it seems like it's something that happens, well, in old buildings like this, with out-of-touch people making out-of-touch decisions, not for the likes of you or me. But in reality, politics is all about you and me.
It's about what we're allowed to do, the conditions we live and work in, how much we get paid, our local services, the NHS, policing, pensions, and potholes. Everything is politics. And we can have a say in who is going to make the choices about those things. Because despite what some people say about politicians, they're not all the same.
It was Labour politicians that established the minimum wage, introduced state pensions and ensured education was available to all. It was also a Labour government that created the NHS after the Tories voted against it 21 times. The Labour Party has a history going back generations as the only political party to consistently implement policies that benefit working people and their families. It was ordinary trade unionists like our reps and members working together in 1900 that helped form the Labour Party, with many of them becoming the first Labour MPs. And it's ordinary trade unionists like our reps and members that can work together today to help get a Labour government elected.
Usdaw members work hard, and sometimes getting active in politics can seem like something that takes too much time or is for other people. But we all have our own valuable experiences to contribute, and we can all get involved in politics. The easiest thing you can do is simply to take an interest in politics. Find out what's happening locally in your community and the country as a whole.
This is time for change.
You could go one step further and join the Labour Party. Becoming a Labour Party member is a really good way to make sure the issues that affect our members are heard within the Labour Party.
Going out campaigning for the first time sounds daunting for most people, but actually it's a real positive experience, especially when you're doing it with other Usdaw members. Most reps have been involved in campaign days for Usdaw, and this is no different. Getting involved, getting out there, canvassing for the Labour Party during an election, it's really easy and it's a positive way to make a difference.
And if you really want to become as effective as you can as a political activist, Usdaw's Political Activist Programme will be right up your street. The programme is designed to deliver support and training to help you get fully involved in politics at local or national level, and even become an election candidate yourself if you want to.
Stand for election? Yeah, why not? If you've been an Usdaw rep for any length of time, You've already got many of the skills needed to be a politician. And to be honest, we need more people like you with real life experience in our local councils and governments. We've already got several USDOR members that have been elected or who are standing in this year's council elections. Members like Lebo Packway campaigning for the first time to be elected as a councillor in Barking and Dagenham. What experience did you have kind of getting into this role? Did you have any experience in politics at all?
Not much, other than television, the newspapers. But yes, from the trade union, I heard about being activist. I attended the CLP branch meeting, and that's where I think I got a bit hooked into, how does this then link into the community?
Right.
Yeah. I decided to stand as a councillor because I was inspired and I was intrigued by what impact I can make, what contribution I can make.
So
Absolutely.
how has being an USDOR rep helped you?
It has helped me in giving me skills, dealing with issues on a daily basis, listening to people, finding solutions.
What would you say to members to say, get involved in politics, it's important, you can make a difference, you can make that change?
Yeah, I would absolutely encourage anybody and everybody to get involved with politics because it affects your everyday life. Everything that you do is, has got an element of politics in it.
What I love about Lebo is that she recognises that as a Labour member and a USDOR rep, she has, a unique perspective on the issues facing low-paid working families in her area. And that getting involved in politics is one of the best ways she can help her members and the wider community. Now, whether you decide to stand for election like Lebo or volunteer a couple of hours to help hand out leaflets, you can play an important part in helping to change the political choices and decisions that are made at both a local and national level.
There's every chance we could have a general election in the next 12 months. And if that happens, we need to be ready. The Tories have the support of rich donors, from large corporations to wealthy individuals, and Labour can't compete financially. What Labour needs is people. We need thousands more committed activists working together in the heart of communities up and down the country, choosing to stand up for what they believe in and choosing to campaign for a better future for the working people of this country.
Because either we can all just sit back and complain as this government makes decisions and choices that negatively impact our members and their families, or we can stand up and fight. That decision, that choice is ours.